Hey guys, my name's Christina, U-Haul Hitch Professional. Installing a trailer hitch on your Jaguar F-Pace can take you to some amazing adventures, like camping, bike riding, or even going on that family vacation. You can even tow a U-Haul trailer just about anywhere in North America. Let's go ahead and break down that install for you. You will need the following tools and supplies to complete this installation. We're going to prep the underbody. We're going to be removing this panel here. We're going to use a Phillips to remove the 4 screws and a 10mm socket for the bolts. When pulling the panel down, be a little gentle. There are clips holding it to the bumper. We're going to have to modify our panel a little bit to allow the receiver to come through. I went ahead and marked the area already according to the specifications. I'm going to be using some tin snips to cut it out. I'm going to clean up our edges with the file. For this hitch installation, we are going to be removing the whole back bumper. We're going to start by removing some screws in the wheel well. We're going to use a Phillips to remove these 2 screws. Next, we're going to go ahead and pull this back to reveal the rest of our screws. With the wheel well liner pulled back, we're going to find the 5 remaining screws to be right behind the bumper. They're kind of hidden, so you're going to have to look up into it. There's going to be 3 Phillips screws and 2 Torx bits. The instruction calls for a T25, but I found that ours is a T20. With all the screws removed, the wheel well accent does come down. We're going to set it to the side for later installation. We did find that we needed to remove an extra screw. It's going to be right here behind the bumper. You'll be using a Phillips screwdriver. And we'll go ahead and repeat everything on the other side. With the trunk open, we do need to remove this plastic cover. There's going to be a push pin right here on the outside and also another clip on the inside here. Using a trim panel tool, we'll be able to pry it off. Behind the panel, we did find the 10mm bolt that we will have to remove. Lastly, we'll need to remove this push pin screw with a Phillips and a trim panel tool. We'll go ahead and repeat on the other side. With everything prepped, we can go ahead and start removing our bumper. We're going to start on the outside, gently pulling it away. There are going to be some clips along the middle section here. You'll want to gently pull them out. It is a good idea to get an extra set of hands just to make sure that the bumper doesn't fall, get scratched. Behind the driver's side tire, there is an electrical connector that's preventing us from removing the bumper completely. I'm going to use a trim panel tool to remove it from its harness. We're going to pull the orange tab back and then lift up on the black piece to separate the connectors. Next, we're going to need to move this plastic panel to get out of our way of our bumper beam. Using an 8mm socket, there's going to be 5 bolts. We're going to go ahead and remove it and just set it inside the cargo area. We're going to need to remove the bumper beam temporarily. There is 8 bolts holding it together. We're going to use a 21mm socket. Now we're ready to get our hitch into position. I'm going to be using a U-Haul exclusive hitch jack. If you don't have one, you'll want to get an extra set of hands as the hitch can get heavy. The bumper beam will go back on. It's going to go on the outside of the hitch. We're going to be using the factory hardware. I'm going to grab an extra set of hands to help me with this. We'll go ahead and reinstall our 8 factory bolts with washers. Now we're going to torque all of our bolts to manufactured specifications. We're going to use a torque wrench on all the bolts. On the top ones, you may need a 5-inch extension. Now with our hitch installed, we can go ahead and put the vehicle back together with the bumper and all of the panels and screws. Make sure before fully reinstalling the bumper that you connect your electrical connector back. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and reinstall our underbody panel. We're going to fit our cut around the hitch and then make sure that we push in our pins for the bumper. Now with the vehicle on level ground, let's go ahead and get you some important measurements. We're going to have a 2-inch receiver. From the center of the pinhole to the end of the bumper, it's going to be 3 inches. From the floor to the top of the inside receiver, we're going to have 15 inches. This will help you determine the length, rise, and drop of your hitch accessories, such as a bike rack, cargo carrier, or ball mount. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com.